People, deluded. Stars and duds of the week. We might as well get straight into it. It's been a great week, man, for Arsenal anyways. I know Chelsea and City are still going on at this moment. I can see it behind me. Well, in front of me, sorry, people. So I keep looking straight. But it's been a mad week in the Premier League. We've seen Burnley defeat Spurs. United have dropped points against Liverpool. No shame taking a point in that, especially with all the substitutions that happened. So let's just crack straight on. Shout out to every Burnley player, to be fair with you. I haven't named none in the side, but shout out to every Burnley player. I feel Van Dijk can leave that field with some credibility. Alisson as well. Diop of West Ham. Who else is there? Cola, Lacazette of Arsenal. Alisson of Liverpool for some ridiculous saves in that game. Who else is there? All of Palace, to be fair with you, for their comeback. I've named some Watford players, but Watford as well. So yeah, man, there's a lot of people that deserve mentions, but people that actually made it, I'm going with Leno in goal. I'm very harsh on Leno myself, people, at times, and Leno did his thing. We scored 2 goals, and obviously we're expected to beat Southampton, but there was a save where if he didn't make that save, it's a different sort of game. From him saving that, we went and put the ball in the back of the net. So Leno's going to jump in goal. Right back, he didn't play there, but Fabinho, for me, was good against United for Liverpool. So Fabinho's going to play at right back. Centre-half is going to be Socrates of Arsenal. I feel he had a good game. Lindelof of United is going to join them. Luke Shaw is going to come in at left-back as well. So that's my back 5 people. In midfield, I'm going to have McArthur of Crystal Palace. I think he did all right. I'm going to have Longstaff of Newcastle. I think he put in a good performance. In the 10th position, I'm going with Iwobi. I feel, shout out to Mkhitaryan as well. Mkhitaryan could have been in here. Ozil and Lacazette, not Lacazette, Aubameyang shouldn't, but I like their cameos, so I held them up. I feel Iwobi from start to finish was a man possessed for Arsenal against Southampton. He was trying to make things happen. It's a shame that he had to come off with his pulled hamstring. I assume it's a pulled hamstring, and fingers crossed he's not out for too long. But for me, he had a good game. He obviously got his assist, and yeah, he was a man inspired, a man possessed. Was it Iwobi or Ronaldinho? Like, really and truly. So Iwobi's going to take up the 10th position behind them two. Up front, Troy Deeney got a brace, so he's going to go up there. Like I said, Watford did their thing. Deeney's a very honest man, and he never... One thing I like about Deeney is that I know he's a footballer, they get paid a lot and things, but he's never lost his working class identity, and he always tries his best to identify with the fans and these sort of things, but none of that's why he's here. He had a good performance. He got 2 goals, like I said. He might have even had an assist or had been involved in another goal, if I can remember correctly. So Deeney's going to jump in there, well, up front through the middle. Up front, I mean, on the flanks as well, it has to be Deulofeu. The man got a hat-trick. How can you not? I don't need to explain. Anyone that gets a hat-trick has to be in Stars of the Week. And Zaha's going to be in here because although he scored a brace, it talks a lot about mentality. I don't necessarily think he had the best of games, but he showed in patches why he is the man of sorts. So he's going to jump in the team for me. So to recap the Stars, obviously I went with Leno. Fullbacks, Luke Shaw and Fabinho of either side. Centre-half, Socrates and Lindelof. Midfield, Longstaff of Newcastle. Crystal Palace's McArthur. 10th position, we're going with Iwobi. Zaha on the left. Deulofeu on the right. Troy Deeney through the middle. So that's the Stars. Now in regards to the duds, keeper has to be Elstridge of Cardiff. I mean, yeah, man, it's just got to be. The whole of Cardiff could have been in here. Bamba, Manga, all of them. It's getting boring just constantly saying that. I feel Huddersfield could have been in here. Majority of Fulham players as well, to be fair with you. Ryan Sessegnon as well, because I think he actually started off okay in patches. But yeah, Leicester as well. I feel Jamie Vardy will be in the team because someone's got to represent them. Maddison played within himself, in my opinion. Maguire and Evans didn't exactly cover themselves with any glory. Fullbacks as well. So yeah, man. Obviously, do you know what? I forgot the manager thing, people. Claude Puel was the manager for the duds. He obviously lost his job. And in regards to the Stars, I'm going to go with Watford's Garcia. I wouldn't say he's underrated. In fact, he is, because no one's making enough noise. He's doing all right, to be fair with you. So, Garcia of Watford, and Claude Puel, formerly of Leicester, I should say, is going to be in this team. So, yeah, man. Like I said, Fulham, Huddersfield, probably Southampton as well. A couple of their players could have been in here. A couple of teams just played poorly. Special mentions in regards to players as well. Lingard, I know he not fully fit, but I don't feel he had the best of games. It's a shame he got injured. Young was so-so, as was Mane and Firmino, in my opinion. Zalbaleta could have been in here on another day, in my humble opinion, as well. In regards to the keeper, we're going with Etheridge of Cardiff in goal. Right back, we're going with Lowe of Huddersfield because he got sent off. If not, it would have been Aurier. And on that note, I feel a couple of Spurs players could have been in there, especially the defenders, because they let their standards drop. And some players were anonymous, so we'll say the whole of Spurs because they lost. Lowe's going to be at right back. Left back is going to be Aurier because someone's got to fill in. I'm so sure technically Poch has played him over there. I'm so sure it's not, I wouldn't say it's just his fault, but he had a part to play in the second goal they conceded. In defence, it's got to be Morrison of Cardiff, and he's going to be partnered by Jack Stevens. I hope his name is Jack Stevens, or is it Dale Stevens? Either way, still Stevens of Southampton. Between you and Angus Gunn could get an honourable mention in the duds, but I think he regained himself better yet with one of the saves in that game. What are him and Gunn doing for the second goal? You're dilly-dallying on the ball. Lacazette presses you. Your keeper doesn't cover himself with any glory. Poor clearance. But all of that gets avoided if he does the basics. And a couple of times you've seen Stevens do this now. Not necessarily the same mistake, but just cheap mistakes that Premier League players shouldn't be doing. So Stevens and Morrison. Morrison was poor for Cardiff at centre-half. And I always put Bamber in someone else. It's time to rotate a Cardiff lad. So the two Cardiff players are going to be in the back five, in Etheridge the keeper, Morrison at centre-half, partnered by Stevens, Aurier at left-back, Lowe at right-back. Midfield, I'm going with Kearney. I can never say his name. Fulham's Kearney. I think he had a good season in the Championship. Just hasn't stepped up to the Premier League and was quite anonymous for Fulham, to be fair with you. So he's going to go in there. Harry Winks is going to go in there at centre mid, because he was quite poor for me. I mean, he's just sideways passes, overcomplicating stuff. Yeah, man, I don't feel he had the best of games. So Wink is going to go in here. Arthur of Cardiff is going to go in here as well. Cardiff are poor people, really and truly. They're poor. Up front, or the front three, I'm going with Vardy. Someone's got to represent the Leicester guys. Redmond, because Redmond, although I feel he ran his socks off and he worked hard, he had definitely one chance where Leno saved, and everyone, including me, will talk about how good of a save it was, but you had enough time to pick that spot, score that goal, and it could have been a different game. It's not his fault as to why they lost, but the finishing's got to be there. Vardy and Redmond. Mo Salah's got to come in here. Salah was anonymous, man, just quite poor. It happens to the best of players. He is one of the best in the league, and he was poor. Rashford could have been in here as well, but Rashford, you could see, was never fit, similar to Lingard, so he deserves a mention, but it's harsh. So to recap, Etheridge in goal, left back Aurier, right back Lowe, centre halves in Morrison and Stevens. Forgive me, people. Kearney, I can never say his name. Kearney, Winks and Arthur in midfield. Redmond, Vardy and Salah up front. Obviously, there's a lot of other players that could have been named in here, but that's it. I don't know if I said it, but Zalbaleta could have been in here as well. So, yeah. Yeah, there's really not much more to say. That's for this week anyway. Stars and duds of the week. And I'll see you back next weekend, people. Like I said, stars and duds. That's me. Deluded. I'm out. Thank you very much for watching and rocking with me. Yeah, if you wish, get in the comments, subscribe and do the rest.